Portrait photography is one of the most engaging and rewarding genres of photography, but it's not always easy to get the results you want. That's where Skylum Luminar's portrait enhancement tools can really make a big difference. Hello, I'm Rod Lawton, and this is a video for amateur photographer on Skylum Luminar Neo's portrait enhancement tools. So one of the things that Luminar Neo is especially effective at is portrait enhancement. Indeed, it has a whole category of tools specifically for portraits. And here they are. Now, Studio Light, I'm not going to experiment with this time, but it's a way of relighting your portraits to give them that kind of studio look. Portrait bokeh, this is to blur backgrounds where you want to create that classic shallow depth of field effect. This photograph doesn't really need that because the background is blurred already, but it's there if you need it. What I am going to start with is the face tool, which has a whole lot of additional tools within it. I'll just collapse these all down for a moment just so you've got a clear idea as I go through what we're doing. So right at the top we have this face light slider. Now it's a very straightforward trick, but if you make the faces of your portrait subjects lighter, they just stand out a little better. So we can see that in action here, and it's really given a very nice effect without looking unnatural. I'm not going to use the slim face slider. This is a face reshaping tool which you may or may not want to use. I don't think we need it here. I'm just going to move on to the eyes. They really are very important. They are the central focus of any portrait image. So these tools are really useful. What I'm going to do here is show you the eye whitening tool. Now our subject here doesn't need too much enhancement, but you can see what it does. It makes the whites of the eyes even whiter. I'm just going to apply a little here. But the tool I really like is the eye enhancer. Now what this does, it kind of enhances the detail and the color and the contrast in the iris of the eye, and you can see that is a really strong effect, but it still looks quite natural. We can wind it back a little, maybe, I don't know, to about there. That is really quite striking. Anything else we need to do? Well, dark circles removal can be useful. This is a very subtle effect. It does make the areas under the eye just look a little less dark. Improve eyebrows, we can try that. It does make the eyebrows stand out just that little bit more. Okay, so let's stop there. I'm now going to just take a quick look at the mouth section. Do we need teeth whitening? I would say be a bit careful because it can quickly start to look unnatural. So I'm just going to apply a little. So you can see, I'm just going to stop about there, I think. Now, lips darkening, lips redness, lips saturation. We can try that just to see if we like the effect. So lips darkening, you can see how subtle this is. Lips redness kind of speaks for itself. How that's a bit too much, obviously. Maybe we just stop about there. Lips saturation, do we need any more saturation? Perhaps a little. I don't know, I think very little when it comes to it. I think we'll stop there with the face adjustments. So we'll close that for a moment. Let's have a look at Skin AI. Now this is really very straightforward. All we need to do is work out the amount of skin smoothing we want to use. So I'd just be a little bit careful here, because if you go too far, you create a kind of unreal, what I call a porcelain doll effect. You don't want to apply too much, but just a little can make a big difference. I'm going to stop there. Shine removal, well, we don't really need it here, but maybe we'll click the skin defects removal box to see what Luminar Neo does. And there's a tiny little mole just below our subject's left eye. It kind of reduces it. So I don't know, these features are part of somebody's character, so you might well just want to leave them in. I think I will here. So we'll skip the rest of those skin adjustments. The body tab we don't really need here because we're not dealing with a full length person. We can have a quick look at the high key tool, and that simply changes the mood of the picture, giving a much brighter, more open look. So I think I'm going to stop there. I think we've made a considerable improvement to this portrait image without going over the top and making it look unreal. And I can show you what I mean. If I just go to the before and after view, it's really brought this image to life. And I think it shows that Luminar Neo's portrait enhancement tools are actually very subtle and very effective. And they use all the power of AI to automatically identify the different features of your subject's faces. So you don't need to create any complicated masks. All you need to do is decide how much enhancement to apply and know when to stop. So that's it. That's a quick tour of Luminar Neo's portrait enhancement tools. I hope you found it useful. Thank you for watching and see you next time.